just don't see someone like Hoiver's doing that too, you know, like granted, like that's still something I don't see them doing, and that's fine because most developers wouldn't do that. 99% of developers wouldn't do that. At that point, they'll just give in to the Twitter mob, and like before we know it, dude, you know. And the people saying it's gonna fail, especially when they look at their like business email and you say like Yomiholic. Are you trying to make someone happy or something?
Subscribe!
This is a part of Mujin's account audit. The discussion was so interesting and insightful that I am uploading it as a separate video. Much love from your editor, and see you soon on Wuthering Waves.
Yeah, Wuthering Waves, bro. What do you think about this game?
It's just how much it changes based on feedback. Because like usually, right, like if we're talking about game development, alpha, you have all the gameplay in place. Beta, you have everything in place, you're just sorting out bugs, right?
Yep.
But the fact that they were in beta, closed beta, and they changed it so much is going the extra mile. Like even changing the story from what I understand, because some people were saying it was lame, that's crazy. That's crazy. Because usually like there are certain etiquettes when you're developing something. Like for example, when you're working on a show, once you lock in the show, once you have like the foundation, that like the storyboard's done and you kind of know what the show's going to be about before you send it to your vendors in Asia that will draw like the rest, like that's it. You can't unlock it later. So in this case, like not only did they lock in the story and they locked in like a lot of the features, they unlocked them to go back and change them after getting feedback when they could have just ignored it like most people. That to me definitely gives me high hopes. Like I don't want to have too high hopes, right? Like, but you know, I definitely am gonna start playing the game with higher hopes than usual because they've kind of proved, they've kind of shown through their actions that they deserve that.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. I have no idea how game dev works, but I can imagine it's like it takes a big overhaul to kind of change a lot of the stuff. I think they even changed like the ecosystem, which was like their old Reddit system, and a lot of people, especially in CN, they were not happy about it, and they also implemented all those changes. So like, yeah, props to the devs.
Yeah.
They really want to make this work.
I just don't see someone like Hoiver's doing that too, you know, like granted, like their games are fun and everything.
Wait, are you a Hoiver creator, by the way?
Yeah. Although I barely do any, I mean,
Okay.
I just stream the content at this point, but
Yeah.
you know, but yeah, like I see like StarRail is definitely more open to feedback, but I don't know if even though they added, for example, the whole resin thing, like when you're not playing an activity, you can stack up to 2,400. Like that's sick. That's crazy. That I would say that's listening to feedback. Their quality of life. StarRail's doing a great job, but I don't even think StarRail will go back and rework the story because it was lame in Shanshu, right? Like so. Yeah. That's still something I don't see them doing, and that's fine because most developers wouldn't do that. 99% of developers wouldn't do that. It's just seeing Wuthering Waves, Kuro Games actually doing that, like going as far as to rework the story based on feedback. That's like really going the extra mile for me. I just hope like also there is a limit to how much feedback you can take, right? Because like it's when you get advice from someone. Like let's say someone tries to give you advice on your YouTube channel, right?
Yep.
Like I know Tech Dot always likes to give you advice, right? It's cute, dude. He calls you a son. But like at a certain extent, like you as a content creator or as anyone else taking advice, you have to kind of take a step back and think, okay, how much of this advice that person's giving me I can realistically use for my situation? Because like if you just follow all advice blindly, you're walking in another person's footsteps and you don't have the same life path. So like when someone gives you advice, you have to just take what you can actually use, and the rest is like, okay, well, it was situational. So in the case of Kuro Games, I just hope they don't get to a point where they listen to all advice, like everything. Because at that point, they'll just give in to the Twitter mob, and like before we know it, dude. No need to even talk about what happened with Robin. So,
bro, that was crazy because like in Singapore, like I legit don't know like all these LGBTQ and everything, and like the fact that this drama blew up so big is wild to me. It's like, I cannot believe this drama was so big. But dude, trending on Twitter globally, bro. Tecto is trending in Japan. Like what the? But the thing is, when you come from Genshin, something like this happens. You're like, oh, now it's happening in StarRail, because this has happened before. Not with Tecton, but the shippers. Like I've talked about like a lot of crazy things Genshin has done, like in my videos and stuff like that. And usually they're more uplifting or just funny, like when, you know, Google Play got absolutely bombarded during the first anniversary of Genshin. But, you know, there's a lot of smaller things that I would just say are just absolutely insane in a bad way, like how stupid they are, that did happen. And they were usually on Twitter, like just small things like China's reaction to
Wanderer or something like that. Their initial reaction now is like their favorite main character.
Yeah, that was insane. Yeah.
Smaller things like that, it's like, wow, you guys are insane. So Genshin has always had that kind of stuff, and I think it's because during the pandemic they reached people they would have never reached before. Because in 2020 everyone was locked in. The game comes out.
Yep.
Fob made this great argument as to why Genshin is really big. Like, he made this Twitter thread, and I agree with him. Like, the reason why Genshin is so big is because they reach people they would have never reached normally. So those people, they were not meant to be reached, but they were. And so now, you know, they do have a say on Twitter. And I just hope that it doesn't get to that point and move on. I mean, listen, StarRail survived for a while, okay? But I think due to the amazing things that StarRail has been doing, they've been attracting more Genshin players. And unfortunately, some of these people have seeped in, like these people that just take, you know, the sexuality of characters and treat them like they're real. Like, so the people, I love the people who were like saying that Tecton was sexually harassing Robin. Like, what do you mean, bro? Sexually harassing who?
Yeah, the internet is a very weird place, and
it is, dude. It is. That's why, like, when you take advice, you gotta take it, you know, with a grain of salt, and you gotta understand sometimes when those people are talking, because you gotta be like, okay, man, maybe we shouldn't just remove this entire mechanic from our game just because someone on Twitter asked for it. So that's what I hope with Kuro Games. I just hope that they're still somewhat thinking about it and not just immediately taking these decisions impulsively.
Absolutely. What do you see, like, because I think there's been a couple of videos going around where like people are suggesting that like Wuthering Waves might not be too good, or rather won't perform that well in like the long term, or like so like what are your thoughts on like maybe the potential long-term impact of like Wuthering Waves?
So funnily enough, initially Hoiver's official statement on StarRail was that this was a non-cannibalistic game on Genshin. That's what they used to always say. I wouldn't say it's like cannibalistic, but definitely a lot of StarRail players, especially recently, are coming from Genshin, I think. Because they're just like, yo man, there's a lot of cool stuff happening there. Why not give it a shot? When it comes to Wuthering Waves, this is a game with full intent, with full cannibalistic intent, okay, on like Hoiver's games and stuff. I think it's really about whether they can stay interesting long enough. Like, hey man, the first limited banner, hey man, oh
my god, bro,
that character looks sick.
Oh wait, what? You know? Chill, I have the complete opposite reaction. I'm like, bro, they blundered the first character, because in my opinion, if they made Yingling the first banner, it would have been so much better. Because let's just be real, 90% of people playing Gacha games, they're all Kumers, right? So like, objectively, statistically, from a market perspective, you want to appeal to the Kumers. So like, Yingling would have done so much better, but that's just me, right? But so yeah.
I will agree with that aspect. Like, yeah, like if you want to appeal to the Kumers, but maybe they don't want to. Maybe I don't know what they're planning. But in any case, like I do think he looks like a better version, like an adult version of Xiao. From Genshin. I do think he looks cool. But yeah, it'll really depend on like the initial banners too, you know. And the thing with Genshin too is that it didn't blow. Like it did have a lot of players when it first came out, but the real numbers started coming in afterwards. You know? And like you can see that in the stats of players over time. Like I think they started around with like 20 million to 30 million players. 6 months into the game, they had 60 million. So it was really like this long-term thing. So generating hype and stuff, I think, yeah, they really need to not give up on it quickly. I don't think they will, but I think the videos right now that are saying Wuthering Waves is gonna fail, they're just great content to react to on stream. Otherwise, like, but overall, like I just think like they're just yapping because there's no way to really know. And the people saying it's gonna fail, especially when they look at their like business email and you say like Yomiholic, contact this email. Bro, then it's like, okay, like, you know, are you trying to make someone happy or something?
Damn, that was
kind of
Wait, have you made a video about it? The Yomiholic thing?
No, I haven't. Are
you going to?
It's because it's a bigger rabbit hole than just that. That's the thing. Like, it's not just Yomiholic. There's more than just Yomiholic. That was just the only one that was quote unquote uncovered. There's more than just one company.
Right.
So I'm just hoping like more people come out about it.
Okay.
Because I don't want to be the one to quote unquote ruin any careers or anything, but
I think Gacha Smack he made the video where he showed like which is like crazy, and
it is.
So
the thing is, like, what I do know about them is that like they're very weird, right? Because they treat Hoiverse like this big brother, and they're so afraid of them for whatever reason. Like, I can tell that when that contract leaked on Twitter, they were going full-on panic mode internally. Like, holy shit, they deleted their website. They were like, okay, just delete the website. Like, they were panicking so hard, dude. And it is third party. Like, Hoiverse, I think the way they work is that they pay them money, they give them a budget, and they're like, yo, find these content creators, and they go to find them, and they will give them money usually to make videos. But the problem is, my main issue is the videos they commission content creators to make, they don't specify that it's an ad. And it's happened before, and I know the videos they made. But again, like I don't want to really talk about, like I have an example in my head right now of a video multiple content creators made, some really big. But that's the thing, like I don't want to specify it specifically, but they do that. They do commission them. But even crazier, okay, and I'm not sure many people know about this, but not only will they commission them and they won't reveal that it's an ad, but since they're commissioning a topic that no one gives a shit about, companies like Yomiholic will pay money to have this video be an ad on YouTube, inflating the viewer count.
Oh, like those like sponsored, then the ads and the video will be.
Yeah, like you have the function like as anyone on YouTube, like companies usually do that. They'll do like an ad, like it'll pop up in your homepage.
Yeah.
And you click on it, maybe. You can tell usually by the like count. So like if a video has 100,000, 200,000 views and it barely has like 1,000 likes, you know this one got inflated somehow. Either doing some shady tactic like embed, which some people might do, or it was paid through the ads. So it goes like very deep.
Damn.
And again, as I said, it's not just Yomiholic. There's another company that's more common, I think. And honestly, this is public info. You can go to certain YouTube channels. You can see their like in their business email, you'll find like they're like affiliated with. So there's Yomiholic, there's Star Road.
I've never heard of them before, but yeah.
And there's a third one that's less known that actually reached out to me when I was starting out. I don't think anyone's heard of them before, called Salesson. It's like a Chinese consulting company.
Nope.
And they all do the same thing. They all show up. I think like the whole strategy is like to go to like these smaller content creators that are up and coming, that have like no agent, that understand nothing. And they're like, yo, listen, we're going to pay you based on the views you get and the subscribers you get every month. So like what they did with me was they sent me 2 different documents. They sent me a PDF, like how much money I could be making with them, right? Like, listen, dude, you just got this many viewers last month and this many subs. You could be making up to $9,000 monthly if you sign with us. I was like, okay, that sounds good. But then they sent the contract, no mention of that. They're like, listen, we'll just send you money based on like how we feel. It's like, there's no mention of, like, there's no criteria on how they send me the money.
So they mentioned to you like they're going to give you like a monthly salary, but then in the contract is that you don't have a monthly salary.
But in the contract, they're like, we'll reward you based on your views and subs and stuff, but they don't specify, like there's no...
The amount?
Like, yeah, there's no specific criteria. Like if you get this much, we'll give you this much. No, it's like, we'll just give you, you know, based on our discretion.
Yeah, that's a little bit weird, yeah.
So it's weird, but also the contract is very badly written. I mean, even looking at the Yomiholic one that was leaked, some people theorized.
I on God thought it was fake because like the English was so bad.
It was terrible. It was
and
terrible.
There was no way it's a legitimate. Yeah. But.
But some people like theorized. They're like, okay, but some companies do that. They will put typos in the contract so that they know who leaked it. And I was thinking in my head, bro, there is no way you're giving them that much credit. There is no way you think they're actually organized. It's a mess. What they do, because they're Chinese companies, right?
Yeah.
So they're literally using Google Translate. Bro, in my contract, I mean, you're meant to sign an NDA, but who gives a shit? But like in my contract, there was the word propaganda. We as the company can ask of you to like talk about different propaganda topics on your channel. Propaganda? Really? Like you used Google Translate and you saw propaganda and you kept it in the text. And they really didn't want me to bring my agent. They were like, no, we don't work with agents. They can leak stuff. Hoyoverse will be very mad at us. I was like, dude, okay, but you must have had content creators who have an agent. No, we can't have an agent. They're very scared of that. I think Yomiholic might be more open to it, but in general, the other ones are not. They hate agents. So my agent at the time, you know, I'm changing agencies in like a couple days, but my agent at the time, like, was like, listen, man, show me the contract anyway. And they were like, really, bro? Propaganda in the contract? They're very unorganized. They have a lot of issues internally. But yeah, I think they're just like paid for by Hoyoverse, like as a third party. I don't even think Hoyoverse is aware about how unorganized they are. I think it's like, it's a simple thing like you do with an agency. Like, and the problem is too, they might have like bigger content creators that are signed with them and they'll literally name drop them, be like, yo, bro, we got this person signed with us. You should sign too. It's like, oh, you know, I know this content creator, so I'll sign with him. They usually take advantage of a lot of the animators that make like animated meme videos of like Genshin and stuff, and like just smaller creators that have like a harder time growing.
For this kind of like smaller content creators, how do you think they should approach this matter? Because like if they were to reject the contract, it's like they are basically turning down potentially like a good amount of income, which, you know, if you are a small content creator, you pretty much get paid nothing. Yeah. So like it's kind of a little difficult situation. So how do you think they should like navigate this kind of like situations?
This is a very difficult situation, yeah. But the problem is, like, I don't even think they get paid that much. I think in some cases, actually, I do think that signing with them would be beneficial. Like, I know this one channel with like over 300,000 subs or something. They just post like 1-minute meme videos. Like, they post a few every day and they get paid based on the views they get, and they get paid pretty well. It's just, they work their ass off. So a channel like that without something like that company wouldn't be making anything on YouTube. But they make pretty good because of them, because you're getting paid on views. You're not getting paid on viewer retention. You're not getting paid on anything like that, right?
So like short channels and like shorts and clips and this kind of stuff.
Yeah, short, because like the people who, like those animators that will like take models of in-game characters and make memes out of them and stuff.
Like MMDs and okay.
Yeah, exactly. Like their videos are like 30 seconds, 60 seconds long. Like you're not gonna grow on YouTube with that.
Yep, absolutely.
Like one of them might go viral, 1 million views. You're not gonna get any subs from that. So people like that, they stand to benefit from a contract like this. Like I understand the intentions of having a contract like this. It's just so badly executed. It's like it just makes them look really bad. But I would say in those cases, maybe it's viable. But still, the contract's written in such a bad way that no lawyer on this planet will read it and say, yeah, you should.
And you say all this stemmed because of like Wuthering Waves, or is like this has been going on for like a while?
No, this has been going on for a long time. These programs have been in place for a while.
Because I thought that the Yomi, the contract is because of like Zenless Zone Zero. They are scared that Wuthering Waves might compete with them, so that they're doing this too.
What's been going on? Like they have had, again, I would prefer someone else would leak that first, but they have had some measures taken against Wuthering Waves.
Measures taken against Wuthering Waves.
Yes, but I would prefer someone else would leak it. I'm not gonna leak that.
Ooh, interesting.
Like I know someone who is with them who's still not 100% sure whether they want to leave or not. Like I hope that they actually do. I think they really don't need them, and in that case they are planning to leak everything. So yeah, I hope that happens.
Damn, so this could actually be like a real nuclear drama, like actually nuclear, like giant.
Oh, no, if that shit leaks, it will be.
This is the end of our video. If you want to engage in further discussions, join the Discord at discord.gg/Pokke's Village. We are very active community talking about honkaistarrail on a daily basis. Check out the streams at twitch.tv/MrPokke and twitch.tv/MujinOfficial, as well as on YouTube. Good luck on your Wuthering Waves pulls, and see you next time. Take care.